It's a beautiful day at our church today, a beautiful day at your house. Would you come pray? Would you come sing? Won't you join our Hope group? It's Father Forty's neighborhood, a land of church and family love. Won't you come and pray with me?
Come and pray.
It's Father Forty's neighborhood, so much to learn, so much to do. Won't you come and pray with me?
Come and pray.
I've got lots of friends for you to meet. In this Hope group you will see a friendly face for you to see, just waiting to teach you. It's a beautiful day at our church today, a beautiful day at your house. Father Forty's neighborhood.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Hope group today. Today, our special topic is Saint Mary of Egypt. Saint Mary of Egypt is a saint of the church who we look upon her as a model for her repentance and for her struggle to unite herself with God. So we call her a model of repentance. What is repentance? Repentance really comes from the Greek word metanoia, which means to change our mind, which means that we can think one way and then we change our mind to think and act in a different way. So Saint Mary of Egypt, as a young person, in her teenage years, she lived a life of sin. In other words, she lived a life away from God. And she tried to enter a church one day, and she was unable to enter. It was this force that prevented her from entering into the church. She tried 3 times to enter into the church, and imagine this, that there was just something there preventing her from being able to go in, even though other people were able to go in. She immediately looked inside her heart, and she knew that it was because of her life away from God which was preventing her from entering. So she turned to an icon of the Mother of God, of the Virgin Mary, who was there by the entrance of the church, and she prayed to the Virgin Mary, and she said, "Please, if you let me enter the church, I will change my life." And immediately she was able to enter the church. And when she left the church that day, she heard a voice, "Beyond the Jordan, go there and you will find salvation." So she understood this to mean that she was to leave everything and to go beyond the Jordan River. She was in the Jerusalem area at the time, and that there she would live the rest of her life. And there she lived for 47 years. We only know about her living in the desert because there was a certain priest whose name was Zosimus who happened to find her. During Great Lent, this particular monastery, they would go throughout the 40 days of Lent, and the monks would find a place where they would fast and struggle in the desert, and they would come together for Holy Week. Well, this particular priest, Father Zosimus, happened to stumble upon Saint Mary of Egypt. And later, he returned to bring her Holy Communion, and then the following year, he buried her after she had died. And it's because of his encounter with her that we even know about her amazing life and her struggle and all that she did to unite herself with God. What's amazing about Saint Mary of Egypt, I mean, there's so many things amazing about her, but one of the things is that she never had read the Bible in her life, and yet when Father Zosimus found her, she was quoting the Bible to him because God was instructing her in theology and in the Bible. It's amazing how God showed his love for her, how he protected her all those years in the desert, and how God didn't want her life to go unnoticed. And so he brought Father Zosimus to find her so that we would know this incredible story about this woman of repentance and her struggle. You know, what's interesting is that this is the 5th week of Lent now, and we have 2 more weeks of Lent, this week and next week, and then Holy Week. St. Mary of Egypt, she fasted for 47 years. And so we think about that, wow. And we just have a little bit less than two and a half weeks, maybe a little bit more than 2.5 weeks to go. So we can make it if she struggled for 47 years. But it's interesting how God's saints are so different that each and every one of them has a different life and a different story. Just as each and every one of us, we have a different life and a different story. God makes us all so different. The most important thing that we need to try, and that is to give God our life and to thank Him and to live our lives for Him. Even though we're very different, we all come in different shapes and sizes, and so our lives are very different as well. But we offer to God our life back to Him because of all that He has done for us, because God created us out of His love, and He ultimately became a human being, and He suffered, and He rose from the dead so that each and every one of us may have life in Him. May the prayers of St. Mary of Egypt encourage all of us to struggle and to love God as she did. Have a wonderful day.
It's a beautiful day at our church today, a beautiful day at your house. Father Fonty's neighborhood.